CT scan.
No, can you speak up a little? But you're not right. Anybody? Yeah, we got the answer over here, I think.
Banking Service Commission Repeal Bill Act 1978.
Well, the year is slightly off, but doesn't matter. Let's give him a hand. He's absolutely right. Superb answer there. And the scores at the end of the written rights round, and we've got a slight change in the score. This time we've got East Zone on 80 and West Zone. Their lead has been cut. They're up to 90 seats. Right, we get into our next round, which is called Visitors Gallery. We're getting into our next round, and this round is called Visitors Gallery. I'm going to give you 3 sets of clues. If you answer correctly after the first set, you pick up 30 seats. If you do it correctly after the second set, you pick up 20 seats, and 10 seats if you do it correctly after the third. But be careful, I'm going to take away 10 seats from you if you do the incorrect thing. That means answer it incorrectly. Are you ready, East Zone and West Zone? Okay, yeah. Here is the first personality, and I'm going to give you the first clue. He was a fellow of the Calcutta University and was principal of the Sanskrit College of Calcutta. Anyone like to try? No buzzers going there, not even the Calcutta team buzzing. I'm going to give you the second clue now. He inaugurated the scheme of aided schools in Bengal in 1854 and established over 40 schools for girls in... Yes, the girls, I think, as soon as I said girls, the girls went for the buzzer. Very good, tell me.
It was Dalhousie.
It was not Dalhousie. Don't answer the question because I've got to give you the third clue. It wasn't Dalhousie. Let's take away 10 seats, unfortunately, from the girls. And finally, the third clue, let's see if you can go for it now. He was one of the greatest advocates of widow remarriage. And I think West has beaten East to it. Yes, West Zone.
Ishwarchan and Vidyashankar.
They've made up their 10 seats. Absolutely right. That's the correct answer. And West Zone picking up 10 seats as we get into our next personality. And here is the first clue about this second personality. After his graduation, he joined the Deccan Educational Society. Yes, West Zone.
It was Gokhale.
It was Gokhale. Once again, absolutely right. And the girls very, very quick on the draw there. This next part of Visitors Gallery gives you a chance to quiz me. I'm going to think of a person, and you've got to ask me 9 questions to which I can only answer yes or no. And after that, you've got to keep attempting. And if you get it correctly in the first 3 questions, you pick up 30 seats, 20 for the next 3 questions, and finally 10 if you do it in the last 3 questions. Are you ready, East Zone? For your personality, I'm going to give you the first clue. A scientist, I was born in 1925. East Zone, ask me 9 questions and I can only answer yes or no.
Name?
Yes.
Associated with physics?
Yes.
Alive?
Yes. He's got a twinkle in his eyes. He's thinking about the next question. Yes, what's your next question?
Connected with the space technology program or anything?
No. I think you asked me 4. After the next question, I'm going to give you another hint.
Connected with biology?
No. What's left? Okay, that's 5 questions. I'm going to give you a hint now. He was also a minister of state in the union government at some stage.
Raja Ramanna.
Dr. Raja Ramanna, absolutely right. And picking up 20 seats are East Zone. I think you can give them a bigger hand than that. They picked up 20 seats, not bad at all. The second one coming to you, West Zone. I'm going to give you a clue. He received the Padma Shri in 1966 and the Padma Bhushan in 1973. Yes.
Politician?
No.
Was he an artist?
Yes. What about your next question, West Zone? The third one. If you attempt it now and get it correct, you can pick up 30 seats.
Nandalal Bose?
No. On to question number 4. 2 ladies from Goa. Are you going to quiz me further? Question 4.
Was he a filmmaker?
Yes, also. I'm just using my discretion. Yes? Yes, West Zone. What about your next question?
Is it Satyajit Ray?
No. You've asked 5 questions. I'm going to give you the next clue. Are you ready? Born in Maharashtra, I came to Bombay in 1936. I have won the Golden Bear Award at an international film festival, though that is not my major or main profession. Yes, West Zone. Thinking there? Yes, quickly please.
Raj Kapoor.
No. Next one, West Zone.
Was it Dr. Jabbar Patel?
Nope. 7 questions gone. You've got 2 more questions to do it in. Yes, West Zone.
Girish Karnad?
No. And your last try. Can you pick up 10 seats?
Dada Saheb Phalke?
No, that's not correct. I've got to move on to East Zone and see whether they can get it on just 1 try and you can pick up 10 seats.
Pass.
Not trying. Audience, anybody? We've got a hand up here.
MF Hussain.
MF Hussain is absolutely right. Bad luck over there, West Zone. And well answered once again in the audience. Let's look at the scores before we go into our last round. We've got East Zone with a century, 100 seats to them, and West Zone still in the lead with 120 seats, and we've got 9 more questions to come. And our last round is called Kaleidoscope. We deal only with contemporary India. 9 questions, straight questions, and you've got to be pressing the buzzer and pick up 10 seats if you answer correctly, and -10 if you don't. Right, the first question is a video clip, so look very closely at the monitor, and I'm going to ask you the question after you see the clip. Right, here is the question. West Zone and East Zone, are you ready? I want to know, that was a film based on a novel by whom? That was a film based on a novel by whom? Are you trying? Not going for it, either of you. What about somebody in the audience? No, yes?
Flight of Pigeons, I think.
No, not Flight of Pigeons. I'm going to give you the answer. That was from A Passage to India, a novel by E.M. Forster, and they are very unhappy with themselves, particularly the girls from West Zone. You should have gone for the buzzer there. Very bad luck. Let's get to the next one. It's also a film clip. Look very carefully at it and tell me what is the name of this film.
Kaleyashi.
And it's East Zone pressing the buzzer, and tell me.
It's a movie called Aguntuk.
Aguntuk, absolutely right, Aguntuk. And picking up 10 points there are the team from East Zone. And let's get to our next question, which is an audio piece. I'm going to give you the question before that. This is the voice of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Please tell me which memorable occasion is he making this speech? What is the occasion?
India is an old country, but a young nation. And like the young everywhere, we are impatient. I am young, and I too have a dream. I dream of an India strong, independent, self-reliant, and in the forefront and the front rank of the nations of the world in the service of mankind.
Yes, what was the occasion? Anybody going for the buzzer? Okay, it's I think West Zone going for the buzzer first. Tell me.
It was the 50th anniversary of the United Nations, or 40th anniversary of the United Nations.
No, that's not right. The right answer. Do we have an answer here? Yes, he wants my microphone and I'm going to give it to him.
It's a brilliant speech made by Rajiv Gandhi in the US Congress, I think.
You're absolutely right. Let's give him a hand. He made this brilliant speech at the US Congress, and when both houses were called together, this was the second time it's happened. The first was, of course, Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, let's get on to our next question. Which scientist is known as the architect of the Green Revolution of India? Yes, West Zone?
M.S. Swaminathan.
Absolutely right. You pick up 10 seats over there, West Zone. Which is the largest concrete dam in India? The largest concrete dam in India. Neither of them going for the buzzer. Are you going for the buzzer? Nobody's going for it. Audience, anybody? Yes, there's a gentleman here.
Is it Hirakud?
No, it's not. I'm going to give you the answer. It's the Nagarjuna Sagar Dam on the river Krishna in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so no points to anybody over there. Let's get to our next 2 questions. What is the first nuclear submarine? Yes, already a bell going. Yeah, West Zone?
INS Chakra.
INS Chakra is correct. And let's get to our next question. What was started on November 26, 1960 for the first time in India between Lucknow and Kanpur? What was started on November 26, 1960 for the first time in India between Lucknow and Kanpur? Not going for it, anybody? Anybody in the audience? No, I'm going to give you the answer. On November 26, 1960, for the first time in India between Lucknow and Kanpur, we had STD, right? So subscriber trunk dialing, so no points to anybody over there. And let's get to our next question, which is question number 8, and things are really hotting up over here. Ready for on the buzzers? Daseri is a village near Lucknow. What is it famous for? Yes, West Zone.
The cherry mangoes.
Absolutely right, and it's also got an old tree which is 150 years old. If you gave me that answer too, it would have been right, but you pick up 10 seats, so look happy with yourself. And let's get to the last question of the National Parliamentary Quiz quarterfinal, which is the largest cattle fair in the country? Not going for their buzzers. East Zone going for the buzzer.
It's a place, Bikaner.
Not Bikaner. Anybody in the audience? Come on, quickly. Yes?
Is it Pushkar in Rajasthan?
No, it isn't. I'm going to give you the answer. It's Sonpur fair in Bihar. So no points to anybody. And let's take a final look at the scores. We've got East Zone with 100. They have fared very, very well, and they've been very sporting about it. Let's give them a very big hand. Well done, East Zone. But finally, convincing winners for tonight, the team from West Zone, 2 ladies, 140 seats. Well done, West Zone. Congratulations. Thanks for being with us once again. Don't forget to be with us next week, because next week is semi-final. We've got our first semi-final of the National Parliamentary Quiz coming up next week. But before that, I've got to give you a question. So here is a question for this week. Take it down quickly. It says, who wrote The Passage to England? Once again, who wrote the book Passage to England? Send in your entries as quickly as possible to Joint Secretary, Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, room number 87, Parliament House, New Delhi, 110001. So send in your entries as quickly as possible, because remember, the first all correct entry that we open wins 1,000 rupees. We've enjoyed presenting this National Parliamentary Quiz. The quarterfinal is over. We now head for the semi-finals. Be with us next week for the first semi-final. Until then, goodbye and take care.
दिल्ली व एलपीटी में प्रादेशिक नेटवर्क के लिए मिनिमम गारंटी स्कीम। दूरदर्शन अपने दिल्ली और एलपीटी में प्रादेशिक नेटवर्क में रविवार को प्रसारित होने वाली हिंदी फीचर फिल्म